Welcome to another episode of Roll Up Power. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. Alright, now look. So for this one, I'm gonna be telling y'all about a girl named Jaleesa from the hood, right? That was digging me, man. Mm, mm, mm. Alright, let's get into it. So with her digging me so hard, when I went to prison, she found me, she started writing me, and she wrote out my whole time with me. You know what I'm saying? How about that? And she was the hottest thing in the hood at the time. Like every nigga in the hood wanted her, but she didn't want nobody but me. All right. So let's go ahead and break all this shit down. So this go back to back in the hood, back in them days, right? So I'm gonna say about like '07, '06, '07, somewhere around that time, right? I'm in the hood switching whips, doing my thing, right? I'm seeing this little light skinned pretty girl through the hood all the time, you know what I'm saying? Different blocks and shit like that. But I used to always see her on this one block that she stayed on, you know what I'm saying? And it was a girl that stayed across the street from her that she used to always talk to. So anytime I would come riding on the block, Jaleesa and the girl that she be with, they always be staring at me and smiling and all type of shit, right? So I always knew that Jaleesa was feeling me, even back then. But for some odd reason, I felt like she was a little young. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really push up on her or none of that. You know what I'm saying? I just let it play out to be what it was. So a couple more times go by. I ran into her a couple more times. She started speaking to me. I'm catching her like in gas stations, Coney Island, shit like that. She starting to speak to me now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still kind of like keep my distance. Like, I don't know. She just look a little young. Mind you, at the time, I'm young. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know, maybe 17, 18 at the time. You know what I'm saying? Well, time go forward, right? Couple years go by. I'm still seeing her in the hood, all of that, but we never talk, right? So a few years go by. I'm 21, going on 22, somewhere around this time, right? So I'm in the hood and I did a video about this, about how I was with my homie and some hoes called his phone and shit. We went and pulled up on them and the girl that was out there for me just so happened to be this girl in the hood that was digging me. I'm talking about her, the girl Jaleesa. So that day came, the homie pulled up on me on the block. We in the car talking, smoking and shit. Some hoes called him, told him to come through. Girl was like, I got my homegirl over here with me. Bring one of your homeboys. We pulled up. Sure enough, it was this girl Jaleesa. I just keep bumping into her. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, I might as well go ahead and shoot my shot. Now it's a couple of years later. I keep bumping into her everywhere. Maybe this is a sign. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let me go ahead, jump on, see what type of time she on, right? So while I'm out there with her, my man's in the house with his girl doing his thing. I'm outside with Jaleesa. We out there kicking it. We exchange numbers, blah, 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 boom. So he leave from there, right? After that, me and her, we started kicking it. We talking on the phone and shit. She telling me how she always been digging me. She been digging me for years. You know what I'm saying? I always knew this, but like I said, I didn't act on it because I figured she was young. You know what I'm saying? Well, like I said, it's a couple of years later now, so no, she leaving. You know what I'm saying? Well, we get to talking. We ended up messing around, right? So we did the do one time, right? Right after that, I went to prison. Like we was still cool and shit, but we like, I kind of fell back. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of fell back on it because I already hit. Like, whatever, I got the hit now. So I really ain't give a fuck. You know, most of the guys we don't care. Especially after we hit, it's like, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? She was the one all on me. I wasn't all on her, even though she was the hottest thing in the hood. She just wasn't that to me, because I don't know. I just looked at her as a little younger, so I just wasn't on her like that. You know what I'm saying? let me see who I can compare her to. I can compare her to like she was like a younger version of Lotto, like real talk. You know what I'm saying? She was real life a younger version of Lotto, like real shit. Anyway, I'm in jail now. I'm fighting my case, all this shit, right? I lost the case. I go to prison. I'm in prison. My birthday roll around. This my first day. This my first birthday in prison, right? I get a letter in the mail. It's from Jaleesa telling me happy birthday. You know, she missed me. She just so happened to find me. She been looking for me, blah, 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 blah. She gonna be writing me, sending me money, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, damn, that's what's up. You know, she put in the leg work to find me. Like, that's some crazy shit, you know? So I call her. She put money on the phone, all of that. Mind you, we wasn't in no relationship. We wasn't even like fucking around like that. We only did it one time. And like I said, I ain't talked to her till years later. So it wasn't like we was talking for them 3 or 4 years, you know, in that gap where I said, you know, time to roll on. We wasn't talking in that time frame or nothing. It was just I seen her at a couple of different places, you know, high and by type shit, you know. But she was on my ass like we was rocking like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, that's what's up, you know? Whole time I'm in prison. She sending me pictures. She writing me. You know what I'm saying? She every time I call, she put money on the phone. Like she was on top of it. You know what I'm saying? If I told her to take care of something out there, she would do it for all type of shit. You know, like she was on it. You know what I'm saying? And her whole thing was she always been digging me since we was young, and you know, niggas in the hood wanted her, but she said she was saving herself for me and all of this shit, right? Like she was running game, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, I'm ping pong it back. I'm playing the game with her, like, yeah, I fuck with you too. Woo, woo. You know, I just thought you was a little young, you know what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. So, you know, I'm running my play too, you know. And you know, I'm in prison, so of course I'm in there popping my shit too. Like, yeah, you know, when I get out, I want you to have my baby. You know, prison talk. So I'm talking about shit. Mind you, I ain't had no kids. She ain't had no kids. So, you know, I'm just talking shit. Like, yeah, when I get out, you know, I'm gonna have my kid. Woo woo. She like, yes, you know I am. Blah blah blah. You know. So we talking like that, right? I got her wrapped up. She locked in. Like, yeah, this a little rider right here. You know what I'm saying? Now, while you in prison, you gonna have people that's gonna pop in and pop out. Meaning you gonna have, you know, friends, family, things like that that's gonna be writing you and sending you money and visiting you and, you know, putting money on the phone and shit like that. And then there's gonna be times they're gonna disappear. You know what I'm saying? Like they gonna disappear for a couple months, and then they might pop back up. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't come back. Some people be around real strong for a while, and then they disappear and be gone. And then some of them be around for a while, and then they disappear and come back. You know what I'm saying? Now Jaleesa, she stayed there my whole time. I had so many other people that was popping in and out, in and out, in and out. Najee, she stayed the whole fucking time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, she was down and loyal. Like, I fuck with it, you know? So in my mind, I'm like, yeah, when I get out, you know, this gonna be my little one thing, cause she been down and loyal, rocking with a nigga, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Man, I get out, right? I'm calling her phone off. Like she changed her number or something. Like, what the fuck? Now let me back it up a little bit. Right before I got out, I don't know, maybe like 3, 4 months before I got out, like right after I got my parole, I told her about it, you know, and she was happy I was coming home and all of that, right? Well, like a month or two after I got my parole, I'm literally on my last couple of months. She disappeared. You know what I'm saying? She was there the whole time. Now I'm at the end of my time. She disappeared, right? I'm calling her, calls not going through. I'm writing her, I'm not getting nothing back. She just disappeared. I'm like, damn, you gonna disappear right when I'm about to come home? Like, that shit crazy. But I'm like, hey, you know, God working mysterious ways. So I just took you for that, right? Well, when I got out, I went to look for her because I like how she was down for me my whole time I was gone. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I gotta find her. So the first thing I did, I went on Facebook because we was friends on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Facebook page gone. Like she like deleted it or blocked me or something. I don't know what happened, but her damn Facebook page gone. I'm like, damn, phone on Facebook page gone. How the fuck I'm gonna find her? Up, I got the letters that she was writing me. You know what I'm saying? When I was in prison, her address is on the letters. So I had got me a car. I was only out of prison for like a month. I got me a car, right? I got a car. I go straight to that address. The address is all the way in Southwest Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Southwest, it is Detroit, but it's like Southwest is their own shit. You know what I'm saying? So Southwest is kind of like an outcast to Detroit. It's still Detroit, but it's like an outcast to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So I slid over there to Southwest to the address. Boom. It was an apartment building. But when she was writing, she wouldn't put her apartment number on there. It was just the address to the building, right? Luckily, it was a little bitty tiny apartment building. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't have that many like when can you say many rooms on the floor. It was only like 5 rooms on each floor. Like Southwest real tiny like that. You know what I'm saying? So when I walk in through the door, it's like 5 doors in there. I'm looking around. I'm like, how the fuck I'm gonna know, which door she live in? Like, I don't want to be just knocking on everybody's door type shit. Man, something just told me any, many, mighty, mo. You know what I'm saying? I picked the door. I'm knocking on it. I'm like, this ain't the door. Then I'm gonna just have to call it off. Fuck it. At least I tried. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't just be disrespectful, knocking on everybody's door looking for a broad. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's thirsty as hell anyway. So I'm like, I'm gonna just try one door, right? Knocking on the door. Ain't nobody answer. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I go to walk out the door, of the apartment building, the main door. I go to walk out that door. While I'm walking up to the door, about to walk out of it, I hear that door that I was knocking on, I hear that door open. And somebody said yes. So I turn around. I'm like, yeah, I don't mean to disturb you or anything, but I was just looking for Jaleesa, last night type shit. She like, come here. So I went back up the stairs. I'm like, okay, maybe I knocked on the right door then. You know what I'm saying? She opened the door further. It's her mother. You know what I'm saying? I never met her mother. I didn't seen her mother, but I never met her. I'm like, damn, this her mama. So she like, you must be that boy that she was talking to that was in jail all that time. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. She like, yeah, I know it's you. You know what I'm saying? Like, she used to always show me pictures of you on Facebook and all of this shit. So the mama kicking it with me. Now the mama comfortable with me because she know who I am. You know what I'm saying? So she like, look, I'm gonna give you her number. I'm like, all right, big. So she gave me the number. I left the apartment building. I called Jaleesa. She pick up. I'm like, what up? She like, oh my God, how you get my number? Blah, 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 all of this. So I'm telling her, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, where you at? I'm about to come pull up on you. So she dropped the address. I came pull it up on her, right? Well, when I came pull it up on her, she was all on me, couldn't believe it, blah, 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 all of this shit. I'm out, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, where the fuck you been at? Like, you just disappeared and shit, type shit. She like, I was just trying to get my life right and all of this shit. Excuses type shit. But I'm like, it's cool. I'm like, I'm out here now. You know what I'm saying? So what's up? What we got going on? I'm thinking, she didn't put something up for me because she said she been grinding, making money and blah, 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 all of this shit, right? So I'm thinking she had put something up for me on the side. Nah, don't got nothing, ain't did nothing, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe we could build something then. You know what I'm saying? Let's try it like that. Nah, she wasn't on nothing for real. You know what I'm saying? So long story on all of that. Whole time she was out here just laying on her back. You know what I'm saying? She out here basically prostituting type shit. You know what I'm saying? This is what she was doing. She wasn't working like she was a bot. You know what I'm saying? She was a thick ass, light skinned, pretty girl. You know, when I found this out about her, you know what I'm saying? I fell back on her because the streets talk. You know what I'm saying? So people was telling me like, yeah, girl, be out here. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. So I be around her a couple times, hear her slip up saying different little shit. I'm like, yeah, this bitch ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck me up, man. I ain't gonna lie. Fuck me up because she was rocking with me the whole time I was in prison. You know what I'm saying? So I looked at her like, damn, maybe she is the one for me. She been on my head since we was young. You know what I'm saying? And we ended up bumping heads one night, you know, just being with the homie. We linked on that. I went to jail. She found me. She was with me the whole time. You know, I'm like, hey, maybe this might be the one. Nah, man. It was all an illusion. Basically, at the time that I was locked up, she was bored and ain't had shit else to do. So she was writing me and you know what I'm saying? Like I guess I kept her busy or something, you know, because when I got out, she ain't had that same energy, you know. She just wanted to be in the streets and basically she just wanted a nigga to fund her type shit. So I was like, yeah, this ain't it. Cut her off, man. It was over with for Jaleesa. Sad, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But the main focus of all of this was, you know how they say some people was around for a reason, some people were around for a season. Well, that's what it was with Jaleesa. You know what I'm saying? I guess God knew. Well, of course, God know. You know what He got in plan for you. So, you know, He just kept placing her around me because He knew my time was coming to go do some time, and He knew she'd be the one that'd rock it out with me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. So, you know, if nothing else, like we didn't turn out to be no successful relationship or nothing like that. I appreciate the fact that she was there the whole time I was in prison. Because, like I said, everybody else was in and out. She was the only one consistent. You know what I'm saying? And when you doing prison time, you like need somebody from the outside world, you know, to help you with your mental in there. You know what I'm saying? Because you trapped. You know what I'm saying? So you need somebody out there, you know, that's encouraging you, you know, and soothing you and, you know, things like that. And when you a man, you want that from a woman. You know what I'm saying? So I can't deny the fact that she definitely, you know, was there at a time when I needed her. You know what I'm saying? But when my time came for me to be released, it was like, oh, you don't need her no more. And God removed her from you type shit. You know what I'm saying? And I kept on forcing it like, nah, I need her. She was there. But God telling me like, nah, she was just there for the time. Move on with your life. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the loyalty in me. So with the loyalty in me, I spent the block on her. I found out she was a rag. It disgusted me, turned me off from her. You know what I'm saying? So I shouldn't even open that can of worms. You know what I'm saying? I should have just took it for what it was. When she disappeared on me, I should have left it at that. You know what I'm saying? But I kept pushing the pen. You know what I'm saying? And I seen something that I didn't want to see, you know, but it ain't hurt my feelings or nothing. It was just like, damn, like I thought it was better than that. But again, some people around for a reason, some people around for a season. You know what I'm saying? So I can't, you know, put nothing past that or however you want to call it, you know, it was just a season. You know what I'm saying? But it was a damn good season. I'm gonna say that, you know. So still, shout out to Jaleesa. You know, I had a good time with her. You know, of course, I smashed her 100 million times after I got out. You know, it was just sad that we didn't have a happy ending, but it freed the boy. I kept it moving. I still been playing, doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And to be honest, I'm glad it wasn't word because, like I said, she a damn prostitute, and I don't want that on my motherfucking resume. So go ahead, keep it pushing, baby. You know what I'm saying? It was what it was. We did, we did. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Moving on, bigger and better. It's out there. It's been another episode of Roll Up a Poet. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.